Okay, hey everyone. Today is June 27th. We are going to start trading. Um, Now, let me just share the link first. Okay, so I have this here. Okay, so I had some people asking me about how to pick stocks for short-term or mid-term holds, and they were asking me about, Peter, what about the fundamentals and technicals? Um, so as I do the day trading for today, I would be talking about the fundamentals and technicals as we go on, and I will probably tell you how I choose a stocks. Okay, so the trading started is 9:30 now. Okay, okay, so here I have a stock tag with HIMS. It's Hims and Hers Health. Now, the reason why I chose this stock was because you can see here that it dropped close to 20%, 10% overnight. Okay. And there would be a slightly fast recovery, and then I believe it's going to tank. Okay. And I have Tesla here, mainly because I wanted to short Tesla, but at the same time, yesterday, it was pushing up all the way. So there, I'm expecting that either this would try 200 or it's going to pull back a little bit to set up a foundation for it to push back up. Okay. So I have these two, and I also have NVIDIA here. NVIDIA yesterday had a good run, but it's opened with a slight pullback. Okay. Now, what I would do later is that um, actually HIMS HIMS HI HIMS. For HIMS, spread, the option spread is quite big, but I think it's worthwhile to enter puts because if I look at this chart, so I'm looking at this chart, right? I'm looking at this chart. If I put all, it was at all-time high, came down to be around like $6, and then it went all-time high. And as soon as it hit all-time high again, it pulled back. Okay. And if I look at 6 months, so I'm just purely talking about the stock in technical analysis. Okay. I don't know what the stock or how the stock does in terms of their own performance, like financial performance. I'm just looking at their chart. Okay. So it went up pretty fast and now it's in the pullback stage, but when it's pulling back, the gap down is huge. Okay. Gap down here is huge. Okay. So either we could like it's a 50-50 move, right? It could go up, it could go down, but this is where you need to look at their fundamentals to see how the stock would behave. Would it go down further or would it recover and whatnot? You need to have some sort of confidence if you really wanted to invest in the stock for, let's say, long term or short term. Okay. So by looking at this, it went up to be 20 points. So it's a very volatile stock. Okay. It looks like it just had a 60-cent drop, which was like huge because 60 cents for $20 is almost like what? Um, how much is it? 30 cents out of 20. So 60 cents out of 20 bucks. Almost 3% move. So it just dropped 3%. Okay. Wow, it's dropping down super fast. Like really fast. That's crazy. But the option spread is too big. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch it now. I'm just gonna wait. Okay, wait a bit. The spread is too big. I don't want to lose money here. But it looks like the movement here is 20.6 to $19. So that's like $1.6. But by 20, that's 8% move just now. So it dropped 8%. And that's ridiculous. You see? It's recovering almost a dollar. Like it just recovered a dollar. Just like that. Just like that. And I personally think this is just crazy. And this could be our volatile stock for today. Okay. The spread is really big. If the spread is big, that means you will be losing money even if the stock goes to the direction and it's not really suitable for day trade. Okay. Okay, so my position here, HIMS got filled at 19.83, but I bought put. Okay. And I'm just going to let it sit. Now, Nvidia is recovering while Tesla is falling down. Now, I think Tesla is pulling back to retest the top here. Okay. I need to figure out when I would want to enter here. Okay. Okay, I'm looking at Tesla. Okay, I missed the entry. I was trying to buy from here, but while I was like typing things to buy, sometimes it's just pain in the ass because I wanted to enter here, and as I'm typing in the order, like it just flew up, so I missed the entry. Wow, shit. After I missed the entry, now it's almost at 197. That's crazy. Okay, so I entered NVIDIA call at this point here. I'm going to exit at 126 point something, like somewhere here. Okay. Oh, I'm stuck now. It's giving me errors. I can't process this. Now, for HIMS, um, because the spread is sitting at 0.65 and 0.75, although it went below the point that I bought puts at, um, I can't get rid of it because I bought it at zero point 0.6, but the buying position is at 0.65. Wow, look at this. Look at this candle. This is crazy. But I'm going to see if I can enter Tesla. Okay, so I was able to enter at this point. Okay, so I have calls for Nvidia, calls for Tesla. I have call and put for Palantra, and then I have puts for HIMS. Ugh, not looking good. Okay, so Tesla, I'm out. Now, Nvidia is the issue. Oh, Nvidia keeps falling down. Damn it. Wow, look at that. I think it wants to test the previous low and then possibly shoot up after. Hmm, we'll never know. Wow, keeps dripping down. That's crazy. Not even a single bounce. Okay, I doubled down on Nvidia call. Tesla is going parabolic, trying to retest 197. Palantra is breaking out. Palantra wants 25. Wow, Tesla. Wow, Tesla is trying 200 right away. This is ridiculous. Just like that. I'm exiting Plantra at zero point 0.8. Ah, okay, there you go. It sell? Oh no, it did not. It did not sell. Okay, so I sold all my Palantra calls zero point 0.8. So the only thing that I have remaining is the NVIDIA call and HIMS put. Okay. Okay. While I wait for the price action, I'm going to update my logbook. So I got rid of this. Point 6. I still hold it. Okay. And NVIDIA, I have 30. I bought for 2.033. 2.03. I didn't sell it yet. And I have Tesla. Three. Oh no, 2.6. 2.6. 3. 2.4. 2.4. Okay. I still hold all these. I'm going to buy Tesla call one more time. I want to enter Tesla call one more time, but I'm just gonna wait a little bit. Okay, so I entered here. Okay. If it dips down, then I'm going to double down. Okay, there you go. There you go. Reclaim 126. Palantra keeps on going. Wow. Almost 25. Looks like Nvidia is having a difficult time pushing up here. 125.4. This portion here, slipping down. Maybe I should trim my position a little bit. Okay, Tesla is dripping down again. I think it tested 198. It tried to push for 200 and then it couldn't, so it's coming down. Um, what I'll do is I want to double down, but here is too close to where I bought. So I'll not double down now. So for Nvidia, 125.4. Hmm, maybe I should double down again and then try to trim my position when it reaches the break-even point. Oh no, it bounced off. Hmm, bounced up pretty strong. Okay, Palantra is at 92, 93, keeps on going. That's crazy. Palantra is almost at 25, 24.95. I'm going to change HIMS to QQQ. I want to see what's going on. Mm. The chart looks very similar, right? Yeah. QQQ wants to push down, but it's higher lows. So this is where the bulls and bears are fighting very hard. This is the focal point. Okay, while we wait for this thing to um, do anything, um, find the direction. Sorry. First this. Okay. Let's talk about wait 1 second. I'm so tempted to buy more because shorts are trying to push it down, but it can't. It just couldn't. Oh, I'm so tempted to buy more here. Like I said before, if Nvidia goes to $2, I'm going to trim a little bit. The no, not $2, 125-ish. I'm going to trim a little bit, so I have lesser exposure. So this was the focal point. It looks like the bears couldn't push it down. Bulls are trying to push it back up. But if the bulls cannot push it back up, then it's the bear's turn. So it needs a big candle, like boom. The same thing with the QQQ. It needs the big candle. If it doesn't print the big candle, big green candle, then it will come down. See here, the bears are trying to print the red candle very hard. Yeah. Here, the bears are trying very hard to put it down. It wants to push it below this point, 482. And the bulls are trying to keep it up at this point. Tesla is about to lose its resistance. Okay, it did. It lost it. Let's see if it'll push back up. And the same thing with the QQQ. The bears succeeded in breaking this 482. Although it broke down, Nvidia is trying very hard to. Oh, there you go. Okay, Nvidia is breaking down. Will it hit? Okay, it just hit the daily resistance. It's tracing, it's tracing back up. Wow. So QQQ is still staying flat, the same as Nvidia. Tesla wants to move up or down, up or down. Take your pick. Okay, Palantra went past 25.2. It went, it blasted through 25. Wow, Nvidia has a lot of buying and selling here. A lot of buying and selling. 124.6. Okay, let's talk about, okay, forget about this. I already set the sell limit for all my options. So what I'll do is I'm going to talk about fundamentals. Yes, fundamentals and technicals. Okay. Where is it? So let's talk about this stock here because I have put for HIMS. I don't know what this stock is. So I'm going to look up. Hmm. So Hims and Her, it's a financial statement. This is quarter results. So I want to know. So what I want to know is what kind of company this is. Okay. So Hims and Hers, leading health and wellness platform. It's a platform. Da, 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 da. So presentation. Let's look at the presentation. Okay. Okay. By somehow you show up in life. Consumer brands, technology companies, and healthcare to deliver an experience unlike anything in the market. Okay, so what kind of experience are they talking about? Personalized, accessible, and affordable. Okay, okay. Better health that is approachable, personalized, and convenient. I'm just trying to read through the whole presentation to see what kind of, like, what they do. Clinical solutions for weight loss management starting at $79. So it's a telehealth kind of provider. Okay, so its main driver is a subscriber. Okay. Margin growth has been 11.6%. Okay, subscribers are increasing. Revenue, subscribers are increasing, but revenue didn't really change. Online revenue, wholesale revenue. Then what happened here? Why is it 50? Why is it $55? Ah, monthly online revenue per average subscriber. Okay. So this is the average revenue per subscriber, and these are the online revenue that have been going up. Okay. So the gross margin had been increasing, but it dipped. I'm guessing they did some sort of like discount to attract more customers. Margin expansion. Do. Okay, so now here is the financial statement. Okay, so let's look. So this is the revenue. So revenue is increasing, and this is the net income. They turned profit, and the profit for the first quarter of 2024 had been very positive. Okay, it's $11. Now stock-based compensation went up, not much. Amortization, da 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 da. Interest income, okay. Okay, it looks good so far. Adjusted EBITDA, okay, 4%. It turned profitable, so that's good. Free cash flow, it looks good. Their financial looks good, but let me see. It doesn't have annual report. Okay. Mm, let's say 10Q. So I'm reading their financial statement that had been uploaded. Okay. So current assets has gone up. Short-term investment have dropped. Inventory increased. Prepaid expenses increased. Total asset decreased. So they acquired this, so they bought some equipments, property equipment and software or whatever. So they purchased something which is why they spent the money here. So they took out the short-term investment and then they bought some equipment and then they have some cash position as well. So they have some leftover, which I would assume because they took it out from the short-term investment, they would want to probably buy more equipment. Yeah. So they want to keep doing more investments to drive sales or increase their revenue. Okay. Deferred revenue. So this is the revenue that they um, did not get paid. So they booked it, but they did not get paid yet. Their lease went up. Okay, so they're making more money, so their liability going up. That's reasonable. Okay. Okay. It's reasonable. But this is crazy because they're making 230, but they're using 130 for marketing. That's how much? Wow, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, yeah. That's 56% on marketing. Okay, so I'm looking at the common stocks now. So they issued more stocks. Yeah, so the number of shares have increased. You see here, the shares have increased by 5 million. So they diluted, so that's 5 million divided by 209. So they diluted by 2 point something percent. Hmm, okay. Their stock-based compensation. Ugh. So their stock-based compensation is greater than their net income. Hmm. So I want to look at the inventory. Did the inventory go up? I think it did. Inventory. Yeah, inventory went up. Prepaid expenses also went up. Okay. Okay. So this is, so I would say this company is pretty solid so far based on their earnings. Um, they're very strong in terms of their growth, but now I need to see what it's worth. Okay. Okay. So their price to earning ratio is negative 98. Okay. So this company is worth 4.5, 4.05 billion, but it's only making how much? How much was it making? Net income of 11 million. It's very, very, very overvalued. Yes, subscribers are increasing by what, like 40 something percent, 50%. It doesn't matter. What it matters is it made 280 million. That's in revenue. Um, so 11.1 was earned for net income, 4 quarters, so 44.4 million divided by that was market cap was 4 billion. So it's currently making 1% of what it's worth. So let's compare this to NVIDIA because people think, well, I also think NVIDIA is overvalued, right? So NVIDIA is $3.03 trillion dollars, okay? And it's showing the PE ratio, okay? Uh, so net income is 14.88 billion, 14.88 billion divided by I multiply by 4. That's 60 divided by 3 trillion. 3 trillion. That's 2%. So Nvidia and hims and hers, they're pretty much similarly priced in terms of their market cap. Um, so if you're looking for a growth stock, this is also okay. However, we're comparing a mega cap company, which is Nvidia, which pretty much dominates the whole technology sector, versus a startup, which is hims and hers, and they just turned profit, and they're spending most of their money on marketing, pretty much 60% in marketing. It could be a good investment opportunity. Yeah, it could be. It could be a good investment opportunity. However, I prefer to buy the stock at around like $10. Yeah, around here somewhere. $10 could be a fair price. Yeah, I would not buy this unless it's like $10. So I think the stock is still very overvalued for what happened here. I don't know. I don't know what happened here, but it's very overvalued. That's the fundamental side. Okay, that's the fundamental side. Now let's look at the technical side. Okay, so hymns. Okay, so let's look at from 1 year perspective. Okay, so when we're doing the technical analysis, I like to have RSI and Williams percentage. Mm, 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 mm. Where is it? EMA. Okay. So when I do the technical analysis, I'd like to have these three: EMA and RSI and Williams percentage. Okay. Now, EMA pretty much shows that this is like a moving average. It's an exponential moving average. So if it goes above the line, that means it's better to sell. Um, it goes down, that means it's better to buy. It's showing the deviation of how far you're off from the moving average. Okay. Again, this is historical data. So let's say you were, mm, let's say you were here. Okay. You're pretty much far away from the moving average, so you'd expect this to come down. Okay. And when it goes up, it's deviating a lot from the moving average, so you'd expect it to come down. This would come up, and vice versa. Okay, but there are, of course, because this chart is based on past history of how the stock moved. In a case like this, it deviated, and you expect this would go up. Okay, it went up, but if it didn't sell here, then you would come down all the way, and there's like no recovery. There's no deviation. There's no recovery from the stock all the way up here until this point. And that's how long did it take? 15th of May until June 9th. Okay, so that's that. Now we are here. Okay, from the technical perspective, you'd expect any deviation to come close to the moving average. Okay, so it's going to meet the moving average somewhere here, but it could be how it could go down, and then this moving average could continue to go down and meet somewhere here, right? So just because it's here at $19 now doesn't mean that it's going to go right back up at $20 and meet the moving average. Okay. While I do that, this RSI is also um, some indicator that you can use. It's called relative strength indicator. Okay. So what that means is that it's also based on the past history of the stock. When the stock is strong, so there are a lot of people buying, it shows the indicator um, above 70 up to 100. I'll go all the way above, 90. But in this case, we would consider that the stock is weak if it goes uh, below 30, okay? And the stock is strong when it goes above 70, okay? Most of the time, strong RSI above 70 indicates that you should buy because the stock is strong. Any indicator below 30 indicates that you should sell because the stock is weak. Let's look at an example here. Okay. Let's look at an example here. So you are at this point here, very strong, over 70. I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to buy. Okay. Then the stock dips, but it goes back up. Okay. Now, if you were to buy the stock at this point here, then you're screwed because the next thing you know is here. Okay. Because RSI is a it's based on past history of the data. If you make a move based on RSI alone, you will end up losing a lot of money. Some people might argue, hey Peter, what if I buy here when it goes down? So let's say I enter when it's like 30, and then I exit when it's like 70. Okay, let's get the past history. So if it dips, if it goes below 20, 30, okay, you buy. Yeah, this is October 22. And when it starts to go up is November 7th. So it took 1 month of going up and down before it actually took off. And when it took off, you're already sitting here at RSI 60 something. That you would think, okay, it's an indicator that tells me to sell, right? So you'll take some profit and possibly sell. But the stock continues to go up. So if you sold here $6, it will continue to go up to 735, right? So you cannot just possibly look at RSI alone and think that's how the stock will behave. Yes, it will give you some sort of idea that it is oversold or it is overbought, but you cannot think that, oh, just because it's hitting the lows, it will go down, it will go up. Or just because it's hitting up high, you'll think, oh, it's going to go back down. Because most cases, if it hits here, no, the chances of that happening again and again and again is very, very high. Okay, so let's look at what it's doing today. Okay, so right now the RSI is looking at roughly about 45. Okay, it was just at RSI over 70, but now it started to drip down. It's headed towards 30. If I'm making an assumption, I would think that based on the RSI, it will continue to drop a little bit more. Okay. Now, let's go to Williams percentage. Okay. Williams percentage is pretty a similar indicator compared to RSI. Okay. It tells you whether the stock is oversold or overbought. Okay. So in here, it's telling you that the stock is currently oversold. Should we buy? Well, let's look at the past history. Let's look at here. This is a perfect example. So, on this day, May 9, 2023, the indicator of Williams percentage is telling me that it's oversold. Okay, but RSI is telling me that it's not at the bottom yet. It's somewhat like the strength is somewhat there. Okay, so if you're to buy from here, and if you expect that the stock would go back up, yeah, sure. That's only technical, right? It will drip down further, and you'd lose from $10 to $8. So that's about no 8.90. So that's about $1. So that's about 10% loss. And then the stock will continue to slip down. If you buy again, it'll drip down. If you buy again, so that's about roughly about 2 months. So May 5th until June 26th, so about 2 months until it actually finally pops, but it goes down right away. And here we go. Okay. So I will then trade only based on the technicals, but rather I would think of what the stock is doing in terms of what kind of business does it do? Is it overvalued or undervalued? You make an assumption, okay? You compare the stock with the peers, like other growth stocks, okay? And then I'll look at the technicals to see where it's sitting. And then I'll make an educated guess on where the stock would go. But that's if you're planning to invest on the stock for the long term or midterm, okay? People like me that like to do day trading, um, we would actually get rid of all these indicators, moving average as well, and then change it to 1 day, and just trade based on the patterns. Okay? Because if you're day trading, the RSI, EMA, or whatever, they're all meaningless. It can go either way, up or down, up or down. So it's better to identify the pattern and stick to it. If it goes out of the pattern, then you'd look at the long term to see if you want to keep the stocks or keep the options. But if it's within the bound range, then you would also consider, okay, like is it an outsider that just popped out, or is it something that I have to take the loss on? Okay. So those are kind of decisions that you have to make when you're doing the day trading. Okay, now, so I'm getting a lot of calls. Okay, so for today, I'm actually done, um, but I need to update this. I'm actually done. However, I am holding these options, okay? I'm holding PLTR, HIAM, NVIDIA, and Tesla. I also have Tesla. Because I entered a call earlier. Okay. So I have puts on HIMS, and then I have NVIDIA calls, and then I have Tesla calls. Okay. I'm going to update this. I'm not finished yet, but I'm going to keep these overnight. Well, maybe not overnight. I'll see. Okay, and I'm going to share this. Okay, so I'm done that. And then I share that on our WhatsApp. Okay, so that's it for today. Looks like it wants to recover. Hmm, I'm actually going to get rid of it. Mm, actually, No, I'll keep it. I'm going to leave it sell to close at $1. I'm going to put in the sell order at $1 and I'm just gonna wait. Okay. All right. So that's it for today, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay. Bye.